Yo, what's good, you guys? I just woke up. It's Sunday. This marks a week of doing this vlog. So that's really dope. I'm glad to have kept it up for this long. So yeah, let's try to keep it going. Things might possibly get repetitive, but it's okay. It's more for me to see if I'm keeping myself accountable. I'm gonna head over to Whole Foods with JV real quick, because I believe he's lost his license, and when he got his car towed, that's when he had to show his ID, so we're gonna go and check for it. Yeah, other than that, I guess not going to church today, because California has kind of shut down public gatherings of 250 people or more, so I'll just pray today and read the readings for today. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do some Uber Eats and then do some writing and do some acting exercises. That's about it. So yeah, and possibly watch a movie. So alright, time to get started because I gotta go ahead and take JB over to Whole Foods. So yeah.
Bomb. Oh no, it's not there.
It's not there.
Mind if I open?
Yeah.
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 I can't fucking open it with one hand.
Wait, let the steam come out? Is there steam?
I don't know. Let's see. Bomb. Okay, that smells good.
It smells good, but it doesn't look as bomb as that, yo.
That looks alright. That looks alright. Bomb.
Oh,
Look at
I like that.
And I want to eat your pancreas. Let's go. Movie of the day. I want to eat your pancreas. That's what we're watching today. Let's see it. Alright, peace.
What up, y'all? So just finished watching I Want to Eat Your Pancreas with JV, and man, I love anime movies, man, and just anime in general. I mean, anime is I feel like, for the most part, at least for me, the reason why I watch anime is like, it's not because of a certain actor or or a certain character, because these characters are like, you can't see the physical representation of like the person you're familiar with, right? So it's not because of that like star factor, right? That's not why you're watching it. At least that's not why I'm watching it. I watch it and I get captivated because of the writing and the story, and even just like the animation and the cinematography of it. It's beautiful. And yeah, I mean, like, one thing that I think really highlights a really good anime movie is if it has that water animation. That's like key. And then the fireworks animation, that's like also like super key. And if it has that, I mean, like, it's excellent. But besides that, it was a beautiful story, kind of showing the longing to be normal, but also a little bit into kind of also a longing to being comfortable with yourself in two different perspectives. But you don't really learn the other perspective of trying to be comfortable with yourself until the end, which I think is very beautiful. It's the story is organized very well, where it leaves a lot of mystery and thought, and it really brings out your emotions in a surprising manner, Highly recommend it. I think the characters are very well developed, and the character progression of both of the main characters and even side supplementary characters is very, very well done. And yeah, I think the movie touched me a little bit because it's a story about a girl with a pancreatic illness, and it's fatal, and basically she's gonna die, right? It's terminal, and she doesn't really want to let other people know about it outside of her family because she doesn't want other people to treat her differently, right? And that really hit me hard because even though my situation is not the same, I feel a very similar way about my my depression. And I don't really want to let other people know too much about my depression except for people I trust. And especially after high school, I've come in to let a lot more people inside and trust a lot more people, which I'm very happy about. But because I've come to accept myself a little bit more and being comfortable with myself. But I remember growing up, I felt this way, and I didn't want other people really to know that I felt this way, because I didn't want other people to be worried about me or concerned about me, because like when I opened up to my parents about it, I know my mom was like really trying hard to show me that she loved and cared for me, which I appreciated, but in a weird way, that push to really be there for somebody makes you feel a little bit further, because you don't really see them as a person, or at least for the person who's affected, they don't really feel like a normal person anymore. They feel like there's this sort of handicap or this crippling factor, and the only reason you're there for them is for pity, and that's not something that we want to feel. So and that movie really highlighted that feeling of when, and this goes for like anything, when there's something that bothers you and that you don't want other people to know about, whether it's finances or mental stability or physical health, there's something that we don't want other people to know, because we don't want to be a burden to other people, and we don't want other people to pity us. And so we put up a front to make other people feel more comfortable with us, because we're not comfortable with ourselves. And the movie really highlights that feeling, but it also highlights that once you really give in and allow yourself to trust somebody with these things that burden you, and that they can see you as a normal person and not somebody with this issue, it can really help you get over these feelings that kind of hinder you from being close to other people. It's strange because like growing up, I feel like I did have a lot of friends, or at least there were a lot of people around me, but I never really felt close to any of them. I never really felt like I really had those friends, because there was a whole part of me that they didn't know, and being around them, sure, I felt like this pain that I feel was away, but as soon as I was back by myself, I really I really didn't feel that good about myself when I was by myself. And so it was more of like a painkiller being with other people, because at least if I was with other people, I didn't have to think about myself, I didn't have to think with my thoughts. And you kind of see that with the main character here, about why he isolates himself from other people, because of the way he feels that other people think about him, and perceive him. So it's a beautiful movie. Highly recommend you to watch I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
it's a weird movie title, but it's a beautiful movie. I did cry. And I would say I give that movie a 8.5 out of 10 for sure. So yeah, go watch it. All right. I'm so sad. I just heard that Donald Glover released like a sort of EP that was playing on loop on his website at midnight, like earlier this morning. I don't know how long it was playing on loop, but apparently there's some new songs on there and some old songs, but it was a 12-track EP, and I'm so sad I missed it. It's not anywhere else, and I just tried to go on the website Donald Glover Presents, and it's not there anymore. Like, I let it run for a little bit just in case it might just start playing, but yeah, I'm sad. Man, he really likes to stay out of the limelight, which I appreciate. But damn. Alright, yeah, that's it. Cool. Peace. Hey y'all. I cut my lip shaving. It's annoying. Yeah. But just finished editing the video. I think I'm a little cautious right now about just the codes on my car, just because there's a lot of codes on my car. I know that they had to reset my wheel bearing, and they said that it just messed with some of the sensors, but I just want to make sure it's just the sensors and nothing more. I don't want to have to like drive out there and then there be a problem, because I mean, like, some of the lights, it's like stuff that you need to be careful about. Like, there's the ABS light, and some other lights like that. So I just want to make sure everything's okay with my car and cleared before I take it out for work. So I guess I'm just gonna stay in. I thought about it for a little bit, and I just don't want to risk it, like, in case it's not fully fixed and there's a problem on the road. I don't want to really deal with that too much, so I'll just wait till tomorrow morning and bring it in. In the meantime, I'm just gonna write and then read some lines. I sent in some acting I sent in some acting applications earlier today, and yeah, so I'm just gonna stay in, not really risk that too much. Like, I don't want to do any excessive driving on it. Like, I know I took it to go pick up JV last night, and to take JV this morning to go see where his license is, but I don't want to go like on the highway or anything like that too much, and if I work I might have to go on the highway, so I'll just I'll take it to the gym, and that's about it. So yeah, I'll just deal with that today. I mean, I paid off a bill today, so it's not too much of a problem. So I'll just I'll just work tomorrow after I fix up my car. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and write now. Oh, another notification I just got was for dance class. Kinjaz, they closed down their facility for this week, so because of coronavirus stuff, so that's a bummer. But read that Chachi Gonzalez is going to be hosting some free online classes this week from Monday through Friday, so I gotta check those out and try to fit in some dancing this week still. So yeah, yep, so that's about it. And maybe I'll do some vocal exercises too today, and work on my voice a little bit, because it's been a while since I sang. So yeah, and I know for some auditions that I've been recently applying to like musical auditions again lately, and that's one of the auditions that I had that I was supposed to have like in a couple of weeks, but they moved it on to April because of coronavirus stuff. So yeah. Yeah. So I want to work on my voice a little bit now that I have kind of like a month to prepare it. So yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Love you guys, and it's not the way I planned this day to be, or yesterday, but you know, it is what it is. So, cool. 1 week though of doing this. So yeah. There's probably a lot of shit on my face right now, because I'm using like toilet paper. So that's all I have in my room. But yeah, cool. All right, peace. Yep. All right. So was able to do some writing, and yeah, gonna go ahead and work out now, and then we'll see if the place is still open. I might buy some pad thai. We'll see about it. Or I'll just eat here. But yeah, about to head out and go to the gym. So legs and shoulders today. Let's get it. I hate leg day. Peace. Yo. What's good, y'all? I didn't do a view at post gym at the gym today, just because I was FaceTiming my younger brother at the gym when I was finishing up my workout. So yeah, but let's do a body check. So today I did shoulders and legs today. So yeah, and yeah, did an ab circuit afterwards, and yeah, so this would be day 9. Day 9 of the workout. Cool. I feel like, first, it's weird because I'm looking in the mirror and I don't know what I look like in the camera. But in the mirror, it looks very different than like the way I'm seeing it on the videos after I post them. But I feel like I can really see like my shoulders again, and then I'm starting to see like even here at the side. I don't know what these are called. I was a biomedical engineering major. I don't know what these parts of my muscles are called. I'm sorry. But yeah, I feel like I'm starting to really gain more definition, which is dope. Yeah. Cool. Let's see. Maybe see that a little bit more. Nope. Nope. Cool. Alright. Here's my fat. Cool. So, yeah, that would be day 9. I know I've been messing up on these day numbers whenever I do these body checks, and I don't know why. But yeah, so this I think would be day 9 of my workout. I think I might be transitioning. We'll see. Maybe I'll do the gym again tomorrow, but I might transition to home workouts just because of everything that's going on. And I don't want to risk contamination of other people, risk contamination of myself, and then risk contamination of other people as well. Yeah, in the instance that like it's not affecting my body, you know, because it affects everyone's body a little bit differently. So yeah, maybe just like stay low profile. I'm really having trouble with the situation of work because I drive Uber for work, and that kind of like it sucks because that's my source of income and I have bills to pay. I'm gonna look up if I can file for unemployment, because I've seen that like they're opening up a lot more of cases for unemployment, but I don't really know if I count as unemployment since I'm an independent business contract worker. Sorry, I messed up that name, but yeah, so that's like kind of a tough thing that I've been mentally dealing with because like again I don't want to risk contamination, but also I don't want to and I don't want to risk contamination myself or risk contamination of other people, but then I also have bills to pay and like I have a lot of bills that I need to pay, and it sucks. So yeah, this has been a very challenging time, but we'll see what I can do. Yeah, I mean, I've been applying to work at home jobs just to try and transition, because I don't know how long this is going to take, but I haven't heard anything back yet. So we'll see what happens. Like, even if it's a small like data entry job or something like that, it's not enough to pay my bills, but you know, if I could do that and then work another job, then like that would really help with like being able to pay my bills, and then possibly just like ask for help from my parents if it's not enough. But I want to try and like reduce my time outside as much as possible. I'm not like super paranoid in terms of like how it's going to affect my body, but I really don't want to like risk contaminating other people in the instance that like I may have it, you know, because that's a very scary thought since it's highly contagious. So yeah. Sucks, man. Please, Lord, let this be over soon. Speaking of that, I need to pray tonight, and since I didn't go to church, and then I need to read the readings tonight, so I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'll decompress that stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll decompress it, but I'll try and keep it like as like non-religious related as possible, and just kind of more go on the concepts of what the readings are about. So yeah. So just finished praying and doing the readings, and it's interesting. They talked a lot about basically the concept of trust, I'd say, and trusting that there's a path for us, and that path is the proper path for us. You know, but it also highlights the trouble of trust. You know, people have a tough time giving their trust to other people without seeing proof of what they're trusting, you know, and it's a very human thing to do because we don't want our trust to be betrayed, right? So before we decide to believe in something and to follow something, we want to see some proof of it in our own life before we decide to go ahead and follow. And it's interesting because it's tough trusting yourself, right? And trusting that the direction you're going is the right way, because as the article kind of say, or the readings kind of say, it's like without the proof that what you're doing is the right thing, it's hard to realize that you're on the proper path, right? And you know, it kind of reminds me of the reason why I decided to really dedicate myself to what I believe in, you know? And it comes from that sense of proof, you know? It's like we're always questioning, you know, why should we do this, or why should I do that, you know? Why should we believe you? Why should we follow you, right? And we always question that in every aspect of our life, even if you're not a Catholic, you know, just in general, this is what we question, you know, and that's how I felt about my faith. Growing up as a Catholic, I went to church every Sunday, I went to Sunday school, but I didn't know what I was believing and why I believed in what I believed in, you know, and I started, even though I was going there, I was distancing myself spiritually and mentally, not only from my faith, but also from several different aspects of my life around me. I started to become very distant, and I didn't trust anything. And I became very depressed, and it was hard for me to handle my depression. And this is kind of tough for me to talk about, but there are times where I challenge my own life physically because of my depression. And there was a time where I really gave up on my life, and I really gave up on everything. And I felt that I wasn't on the right path because I had done so many terrible things in my short life at that time, and I also felt that everything around me was telling me that there's no purpose for me. But something saved me on the day that I thought was going to be my last day here on earth, right? And what saved me, I've heard from, when I've shared this with other people, I've heard from, maybe not directly, because they didn't really know that I was listening because of certain technical things, but I've heard people talk about my story. I heard people talk about my story but when I wasn't around, and they said that my faith isn't what saved me. I saved myself, right? And to some extent that's true, right? But as I said earlier, in my first vlog, the energy we put out is received from whatever it is that we believe in, right? Whether it's science, whether it's Catholic religion, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Hinduism, or Judaism, or whatever faith it is that we believe in. The energy that we put out is responded to. It's taken and responded to in some sense, right? And on the day that I thought was going to be my last, I sent a message before I took action on my own life, right? Sent a message to several different people, varying on how close they were in my life, right? And out of all the people I had sent it to, there was one person that responded back to me, right? And they responded in a way that I didn't expect. They first of all, I wouldn't really say we were that close. He was more of my brother's friend. But his message saved my life, and his message said basically, hey, I don't know exactly what you're going through, and I don't know if I have the right words to say, but you can always talk to God. And when he said that to me, when he sent me that message, I started crying, and I stopped myself from doing the action that would end my days. And from that moment on, I felt that the energy I put out in that last moment of trust, that I decided to open myself up and trust again. In that moment, I was responded to by whatever energy is out there, and it saved my life. Because if that message wasn't sent the way it was sent, I don't know where I would be right now. I'm very thankful for that friend, and I pray for him every day. I know he's been through tough times, but I pray for him, and I hope that he's doing well. And as I said before, we have trouble with our trust because there's no proof, right? But how do we get ourselves to trust something without the proof? And that's a challenge that we have to go through every day. But learning to trust others has become one of the greatest things that's ever happened in my life. Because now, even if I get hurt or betrayed and my trust gets betrayed, my trust in myself has grown, and I'm more comfortable with trusting myself and trusting that whatever happens to me in the world is meant to happen, you know? That even if things aren't going conventionally well, there are still moments that go great, you know? And even though times get tough, I need to trust myself and trust that I'm on the right path to doing what I want to do and doing what I'm meant to do. That's what that day taught me. And that's what these readings are kind of about. You know, we need to learn to trust ourselves unconditionally. And when you can trust yourselves unconditionally, you can move forward in ways that you never thought you could. For me, it took a moment where I needed to see the proof, like most people. You know, I needed to see the proof in order to really trust. But when I saw that truth, or when I saw that action, I trusted completely. And there have been questionable times. There have been questionable times since then. But I always think about that moment and think about that my words are not going unheeded into the atmosphere. There's something there that's listening and guiding me. And part of it is myself, but part of it is something else. And I trust it with my whole heart. I don't know where I'm going to be in the future. There's places that I want to be, but maybe when I feel like I've achieved something that of where I want to be, maybe it's not fully there yet, you know, and the bigger picture of where I need to be in the future has yet to come to my head. But for now, I'm trusting and doing my best to trust. So yeah, that's kind of what these readings are about. And I honestly didn't know where I was going to go with this, because these are kind of written in a way that's a little bit harder to digest and understand. You really need to think. And honestly, I had no idea where I was going to go with this until I started talking. And when I started talking, it really made sense to me. But yeah. So that's it for this part. I love you guys. And remember to trust yourself. Okay? Alright. Bye. Yo, what up, guys? So, yeah. I just want to decompress my day a little bit. Today I ended up spending most of it at home. I decided not to work today, Uber, because of the alerts on my car. I just want to be safe and make sure it's nothing worse than just like clearing the codes. So I'll bring my car to the shop tomorrow morning, first thing, and then yeah, we'll see where we go from there. It has been a week since I started doing these, and I'm kind of proud of myself for having kept it up for a week. It's been kind of taxing on my schedule, but I feel like I'm starting to get used to it more, and it's becoming more of a habit, which is dope. And it's been nice to kind of like look back on my daily thoughts and what I've been doing. Yeah, I'm unsure of what to do tomorrow in terms of work. It's very trying time, and it's tough. I am still healthy right now, so it's like, I don't know if I want to risk any of that stuff. But yeah, man, it's a bummer because I got a bunch of bills to pay, and man, I don't know what to do. I believe that there is a alert for LA, at least LA County, and that starting midnight, I guess now midnight of today, there's gym should not be open, I believe, including restaurants and bars and clubs, as well as theaters. For restaurants and bars, the only reason or the only way that they can serve food is if it's for pickup or delivery, and not for dine-in. So that's something that I saw, but I need to double check that because I only saw it on from one of I think one of my friends shared it, so I need to double check on that information because I don't know if it's real. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. And today was a good day overall, but yeah, I kind of wish I don't know, I just can't wait for this situation to kind of blow over. But it's tough because I don't want to risk for myself, and I don't want to risk for other people. So yeah, I might switch. I'm probably switching to an at-home workout starting tomorrow, which is going to be difficult because I've done my at-home workouts, and they're very different than my lifting workouts, and honestly I think they're 10 times harder. So yeah, let's just keep it up for the rest of however long I decide to do this, but let's keep it up. 1 week down and many more to go. Cool. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I love you, and peace.
Can't be real, this time it's the fake.